Hello, Challenger 2, one of the best main battle tanks in the world. You recall that the UK donated 14 of these to Ukraine. We've been asked how well have they been faring, particularly because there are reports that from back in August that some of them were being used in the Ukrainian incursion onto Russian territory in Kursk. Well, you recall, although we gave 14 of these tanks, we weren't expecting them to be the main bulk of the force. It was to open the door politically for the Leopard 2s and the Abrams tanks to be provided, which actually worked. Now, the tank itself, the Challenger 2 tank, has proved incredibly capable, but the Ukrainians have three main issues with the tank. First of all, its power. Although at 1200 horsepower it seems an immensely powerful tank, it's incredibly heavy. It's over 70 tons in weight, and the top trumps really for modern battle tanks these days is 1500 horsepower. Why does that matter? It means that the Challenger does get bogged down in some of the boggy, muddy territory out in Ukraine, and of course as winter settles in, that is getting worse. Second issue is the barrel of the main rifled gun on the top of the Challenger 2. It's the L30 120mm cannon. It's rifled, which means that it's incredibly accurate. It means that it can fire up to about 4.5 kilometers. And as the Ukrainians say, when they aim at something, it hits it, which is a huge advantage. But the downside is it uses a bespoke ammunition round, and that means it's a logistics nightmare to keep this tank literally equipped with its armaments. The other challenge is that most non-rifle barrels last about 1500 rounds of firing before they need to be replaced or refurbished. Unfortunately, with a rifle barrel, it's only a third of that number. It's only 500 rounds. 500 rounds. Now, given the Ukrainians are using it plenty, that means it's quickly running out of life, and that's not a good thing. Thirdly, and bluntly, the other challenge the Ukrainians are finding is that they just don't have the spares, and it's taking months to get the spare parts out to Ukraine for the Challenger 2. Also, finding suitably qualified engineers to actually repair the tanks. So as a result, many of the tanks are being what we called Christmas treed. In other words, an unserviceable tank is having lots of serviceable parts ripped off it to keep the rest of the tanks going, and that leaves a lot of messy tanks lying around. We understand that 7 of the remaining 13 are actually serviceable. The rest are actually simply waiting for spares to arrive from the UK. So the Challenger 2 is an amazing tank if it was being used as it was designed to be used. However, it's not, and that's having an impact on the battlefields in Ukraine.